Hello, young humans. This is your old friend, Michael Chabon, and I'm here for story time. Today, I got a whole bunch of new stories. I'm very excited. These are stories that we loved around here when my kids were little, but I don't know. We tried to hold on to all of those storybooks, but we lost track of some, so I'm getting them back for you guys. And here's today's. It's Corduroy by Don Freeman. I love this one. Don Freeman wrote it, and he did the pictures. Here's the title page. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Remember we had a department store the other day in another story we were reading. Oh yeah, it was in No Roses for Harry. I've noticed there are a lot of department stores in children's books from a certain time. When we get to Lyle Lyle Crocodile, if we ever figure out how to get to that one, there's a department store in there too. But anyway, Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. Look, there he is. There's a giraffe and a dolly, teddy bear, a bunny, and a clown. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things. But no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Look, Corduroy, see him? And people just keep passing him by. But pay attention. Let's see who's coming along. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." Ooh. Oh no. Sometimes toys stay on the shelf so long and he's not in a package that they get shop worn. And see, the button's gone. And the mom says, "Honey, look, we've spent so much already. And plus, he doesn't look new." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. Oh, poor Corduroy. And there's the little girl looking back, wishing she could take him home. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." Look, he didn't realize till he heard. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Look. He's probably thinking, "Oh, maybe that's why nobody's ever wanted to take me home before." Did you ever notice there was something wrong with something you were wearing? And suddenly that's all you can think about is how you could get that fixed? Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator. And up he went. You know what an escalator is, of course. I used to be kind of scared to get on escalators when I was little. I think because my grandmother told me you could get your foot stuck. She used to worry about a lot of things. There he goes. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. See? He doesn't know what he's doing. I wonder where he heard about mountains. He stepped off the escalator, and as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was a most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. This must be a palace, Corduroy gasped. I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace. Is that a palace? Look at all those beds and chairs and tables. Well, remember, he's in a big department store, and this is the furniture department. That's where he really is. Well, he thinks he's in a palace. Did you ever go to an IKEA store and they have all those beds and furniture? And I remember my kids, when they were little, used to like to talk about someday spending the night at IKEA. That's kind of what this is about, in a way. He wandered around, admiring the furniture. This must be a bed, he said. I've always wanted to sleep in a bed. And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. He's actually in the mattress department. And I don't know if mattresses still have buttons like that. I think they do. Sometimes. But anyway, mattresses had buttons that held them together. And listen to what happens. All at once, he saw something small and round. Why, here's my button, he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. It was sewn on. See? He's trying to pull it, but it's sewn on. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Oh no. He got the button loose, but look what happened. He fell off the mattress. He knocked over the lamp. Corduroy. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Uh-oh, look at that face. That is an uh-oh face, isn't it? Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. The night watchman, now I think we would call him a security guard. But there he is. This flashlight and his, I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a canteen around his waist. Now, who in the world did that? He exclaimed. Somebody must be hiding around here. Well, that's what you would think too if you were a security guard and you heard a big crash and you came down and a lamp was knocked over. That's why they have a security guard, a night watchman, to make sure nobody hides out in the store after it's closed. He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. This is my favorite picture in the whole book. Look at that. Oh, see, Corduroy's hiding, but he doesn't know that his ears are sticking out. Hello, said the night watchman. How did you get upstairs? Because he doesn't know that toys can come to life and move and walk around when there's no people around. He doesn't think, oh, that stuffed bear probably just got on the escalator and came up here. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. It's a little bit like Toy Story, isn't it? If you've ever seen those movies. I wonder if they were inspired by this book, because this book is pretty old. He carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Look, they're all asleep, aren't they? Now Corduroy looks like he's asleep too. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. And there she is. She came back. I bet she couldn't stop thinking about Corduroy and how adorable he was, and he looked like he needs a friend. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night, I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." And there she has her little purse, and she saved her money, and now the saleswoman is taking her off the shelf for Lisa. "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the sales lady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. She's so excited. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed, just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." See her room? She's got a pretty quilt. And there's the little bed, just right for him. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. Aww. All right, well, if you have your favorite stuffed animal, stuffies, we call them at our house. If you've got your favorite stuffy with you or nearby right now, why don't you just pick it up and give it a hug? It might be a bear or a bunny or a baby or a monkey. Well, that is such a wonderful story with such wonderful pictures, and I really enjoyed reading it to you, and I will be back tomorrow with more books. Tomorrow's our cleaning day around here, so I'll see how much energy I have after that to come and read to you. I'll try to be here tomorrow. If not, it'll be the next day, and I've got new books to read to you, some pretty fun ones, so I'm looking forward to it. And until I do see you again, stay safe, be kind, have fun. Bye.